Welcome. This is an Axel Philosophy video. The purpose of this video is to discuss philosophy of sentient. Philosophy of sentient is developed by Axel, which is my pen name, or my philosophical pen name to be specific. Axel Philosophy covers everything from God theory to sentient theory to scale theory and various morals, ethics, and general philosophy. What philosophy of sentient does is establishes what a being has in their abilities, in their faculties of existence. Meaning, you as a being can do one of the following. Can you taste? Well, we know you can taste. So the process of developing philosophy of sentient was to really question my own abilities and faculties, and not just my own, but that of all of us, all beings. And I did my very best, I believe, to do that. I've been working on philosophy of sentient since I was 10 years old, and have really come to a quite established understanding of what philosophy of sentient ought to be. I'm going to list what faculties are in that, in the philosophy of sentient. There is psyche, logic, wisdom, knowing, memory, movement, elements, energy, vitamins, chemicals, number, sound, sight, shape, touch, smell, taste, gender, body, and weight. There are exactly 19, not counting 0. Of course, or rather counting 0 but not counting 0, so then there's 20 if you want to count it a certain way, which is perfect. It is a perfect number. It's a double sequence of 10. If you look at how many colors there are, typically you're told there's red, green, blue, and then those colors make all other colors. And then white, black, and gray are shade, tint, tone, and how that works for prism and invisibility. That theory is completely false. In my previous videos, I've discussed how that is true, so I won't get into that. But what I will discuss is those colors. So there is clear, white, red, orange, yellow, brown, gray, green, blue, violet, black, pink, lava, peach, magenta, tan, citrine, turquoise, indigo, and amethyst. If you were to imagine what these colors are, well, amethyst would be a combination of black and purple, indigo would be blue and purple, turquoise would be green and blue, citrine would be green and yellow, tan would be blue and orange, which makes like this grayish brownish color. It's kind of like saying beige. Magenta, which is red and purple. Peach, which is red, orange and yellow. Lava, which is orange and red. Pink, which is red and white. Then you have black, violet, blue, all these colors you already know that don't need much explanation. If you look at the world around you and you actually see these colors, you'll see that they're in and of themselves, and that there really are only 20. One that might strike you strangely is clear. Now, clear is clearly something we can see. We look out at the world and we know that clarity is there. So, is clarity something we see? The answer is yes, therefore it is a color or sight, right? Sight is part of our faculties. So you can understand what philosophy of sentient is about by understanding what is in our faculties, what is in our senses. I use the word faculties because senses are often referred to only 5 things, and within our senses, our faculties, there is 20. The most important is psyche. This establishes a self. Self means you are an individual. When God, because I also do philosophy of God, or God theory, when God created himself, or rather when God came into being, before all creation, before creating the mothers, the son, and the daughter, the perfect family, he existed. Now, it didn't come as an original thought to create beings. It came afterwards. 0 did not exist because 0 is nothingness or rather somethingness. It's more along the lines of somethingness, but zero is this empty void. The beings that were created out of God, God has always been and is as always been, is as always will be. Therefore, God doesn't have a beginning, so to speak. That's why when I said God created himself, I meant more God came into being. So what I'm getting at is about psyche and self is that self was created first in the beginning process. And the reason for that is so that there's individuality. Therefore, these beings that are created out of God are not going to be dependent on God. They could literally do whatever they want. They have self. Without self, you have no individuality. The rest of the faculties could apply to a tree. The only difference is that a tree does not have psyche. Psyche is zero. Zero does not apply to a tree. It is external. There is no zero in the external world. The external world is based on 19. The internal world is based on 20. There is no self in a tree. Even though a tree has an individuality in terms of one tree as opposed to the other, that is not self. That is logic. That is differentiating two things. That is not applying self to the tree. Now, the last thing I'm going to discuss in this short video is what my name is. My name is Axel. That is my philosophical name. That is my pen name. That is based on axiology and value of words and meaning of words, and each letter doing something. Only 4 letters representing the family. I stand as an E, and the daughters stand as an L, God is A, and mothers are X. So this combination, there's a whole meaning behind it. I thought I would bring that up in case you were wondering why I called myself Axel. Thank you for watching.